Don't you ever wonder that, like, man, if you knew certain things, you might get from point A to point B faster? Well, in this video, we're going to talk about 5 tips that I wish I knew that I believe would have got me to point A, point B a lot faster in production. These are just 5 general tips, whether you're just starting out, whether you are, been making beats for a while, whether you're advanced, I think these can apply to all of those different stages. So definitely check out this video. We're about to make a beat in the process as well. So I hope you enjoy, and I see you in the video. learn everything you can learn about music production. This one probably isn't for everyone, but I know for me, when I first started making beats or getting into production, I used FL Studio. And so I was really only concerned about making the beat. You know, Fruity Loops kind of has that like step sequencer. You can see everything. So, I'm just clicking buttons and I'm like, okay, this sounds great. Cool, let me make more. But had I like taken the time to figure out certain things, why this knob is there, why that is there, and learn the settings and stuff like that, I think that maybe at that time I probably would have, made better beats. But when you're starting out, you're always kind of, just rough, right? So I'm not saying that like I would have been the greatest at the time, but I think there's a lot of ideas that I had in my head at that time that I wish I could have executed, but because I didn't learn or take the time to learn the program, it was just like frustrating. But as I learned more, I realized the more you learn, the more tools you have. So you start to use different things in different ways. Definitely say learn as much as you can about music production, whether it's watching YouTube videos, learning from other producers, or listening to different music styles, listening to different artists, different backgrounds, different producers, finding out like what instruments and sounds they're using, listening to mixing engineers and seeing like how they approach mixing a song, because that also affects, the end product for a producer. So that's definitely one of the things I would suggest, is learning everything you can learn. Sound quality depends, in my opinion, again, this is just my list, it depends solely on the sounds you choose, not so much the equipment or the software. And let me explain what I mean by that. For a while, I used to be so like fixated on like, well, I gotta have better equipment, I gotta have better plugins or whatever it is, right? And to an extent, that is very true, but you still have to know what to do with it. Do you have knowledge of that equipment and how to use it? Sometimes you can find like really great sounds from free plugins, and then some sounds might be crappy from expensive plugin. It just really depends. So the quality is based on the sounds you choose, not so much the equipment or the plugins. This one's similar to number 2, where sound quality depends on the sounds you choose, but slightly different. Always trust your ear and use the monitors, like the meter levels of like the volumes and the EQs and stuff like that, as guides. They're visual guides, right? But don't rely on that more than your ear. Remember, music is a listening sport, not a visual sport. So I know sometimes I'll look at the meter, I'm like, okay, well, this is peaking, or this is like in the green or the yellow. And that's very important to know, because you want to make sure that your levels are great. When I'm in confusion, I'm like, well, this is kind of low, but like looking at it, but I can hear it. It's all about feel. It's all about emotion, right? Music is all about emotion, energy and motion. We're like creators of energy and motion. Even though we're seeing the wavelengths and the volume like peaking or whatever it's doing, it's still all about like, how does it feel? How does it sound to you? definitely gonna dial it in, and then I'm gonna play the final result right after this. Take care of your ears, because your ears is your best instrument, not the equipment that you bought, not the, oh man, I done bought this crazy, you know, blah, blah, blah. That's cool. But if you don't know what to do with them or how to listen to it, right, then all that is just what? It's just fluff. So your ears are your best instrument. Take care of your ears. I said in another point, definitely listen to other music. Allow yourself to hear other things and see what's happening. Diversify what's going on in your mind, what's going on in your ears, right? I would always say, remember that your ears is your most important instrument, and that's free. I think one of the best things that any producer can do is organize your workflow, organize your sounds, create templates, right? So I have like multiple templates for like different types of tracks I'm working on for different types of situations. In the long run, like making beats will be a lot easier, a lot quicker. I know like at first I didn't do that. So I was always looking for certain drum sounds, certain plugins. And I'm like, man, like this ain't what's up. And as a producer, you keep accumulating, buying, collecting all these sounds. You ain't got time to be looking for stuff. You're just trying to make something, right? You're just trying to get creative. Sometimes looking for stuff kind of sucks out like the creative flow. So definitely spend, whether it is a weekend or however long you need to, just on a separate time when you're creating, to create that workflow or those templates or organize your sounds. That way, when you do start creating, you can just get right to it. I hope you enjoyed this video. 5 tips I wish I knew. Like and subscribe. Let me know what videos you'd like to see. I'll talk to you soon.